Welcome to Ivy's story. Don't forget to subscribe. Alright, let's crank this up to 11. Today we're plunging headfirst into this absolute banger of a webtoon series that's got more edge-of-your-seat action than a high-stakes poker game in a dive bar. It's the epic tale of our protagonist transforming from a complete washout into the deadliest assassin the world's ever seen. Buckle in, because we're breaking it all down, step by gritty step. Right from the jump, the story hooks you with the setup. Our everyday world is linked to these bizarre alternate dimensions through massive gateways known as the gates. And lurking in those shadows? The pitch-black realms called the Dark Dungeons, teeming with grotesque monsters that'd make your worst nightmares look like a kiddie cartoon. The brave, or maybe just desperate, souls who charge in to hunt these beasts down and keep the chaos from spilling over. They're dubbed hunters. Now, enter our leading man, Jin-Woo. Yeah, he's a hunter, alright, but he's the kind of hunter who'd trip over his own shoelaces in a stiff breeze. This guy's so feeble that even the most basic, entry-level dungeon leaves him gasping for air. He's slapped with the infamous title of the world's weakest hunter, an E-ranked nobody, the absolute dregs of the ranking system. But don't let that fool you into thinking he's got it easy. Nah, Jin-Woo's got fire in his belly for one gut-wrenching reason. His mom's rotting away in a hospital bed, buried under a mountain of medical bills that'd bankrupt a small country. So, what's a broke kid to do? He sells his soul to the devil's playground, diving into these suicide mission raids just to scrape together enough coin to keep the lights on at home. It's raw desperation, pure and simple, no glory, no backup plan, just the cold slap of reality forcing his hand. Cut to the heart of the matter, he's on what should be a milk run, the absolute lowest rung of danger, a dungeon that's supposed to be a cakewalk. But hidden in the folds of this so-called easy D-rank hellhole is a twisted double dungeon, a nasty surprise waiting to gut him like a fish. After a grueling, no-holds-barred brawl that pushes him to his absolute limits, Jin-Woo's out of gas. He can't drop a single one of those swarming freaks, and as the last of his strength ebbs away, he's left staring down the barrel of his own mortality, helpless and broken. In a final, brutal twist, the hulking stone golem boss rears up and impales him clean through with its jagged spear. Pain explodes like fireworks, his vision blurring to black as he feels himself unraveling, slipping into the void. This is it, the end credits rolling on a life that never really got started. Or is it? Snap awake, and bam, he's not in some afterlife waiting room. He's flat on his back in a sterile hospital room, tubes snaking into his arms, monitors beeping like a lifeline. Confusion hits him like a truck, but before he can even process the miracle, a shimmering holographic panel materializes right in his field of vision. It's like a glitch in the Matrix, a personal game interface that only he can clock, no one else bats an eye. The thing pulses with ethereal light and drops a bombshell, daily quest activated. Will you accept? Jin-Woo's brain's still fogged from the near-death haze, so he mumbles a half-asleep yeah, sure, more out of reflex than anything. And just like that, the floodgates open. The panel erupts with an endless scroll of daily missions, push-ups till your arms scream, squats that make your quads burn like hellfire, goblin hunts in the dead of night. Nail 'em, and you level up. Rewards stack, stats climb, power surges through your veins like liquid adrenaline. From that pivotal moment, Jin-Woo flips the script. No more half-assed survival scrambles, he becomes a relentless machine, grinding through workouts and monster hunts with the focus of a laser-guided missile. Days bleed into weeks, weeks into months, and the bodies pile up, goblins, orcs, worse. Each kill carves him sharper, each level up rewires his very DNA. The world's weakest hunter? That's ancient history. He rockets through the ranks, shattering ceilings left and right, until he's perched at the pinnacle, S-rank supremacy, the unchallenged apex predator, the shadow-wielding assassin who makes gods tremble. But let's rewind the tape and zoom in on where it all reignites. We're dropping right back into the neon haze of Seoul, South Korea, the city's pulse thumping like a war drum. Jin-Woo's pounding the pavement, weaving through the morning crowd on his way to the next gig, a routine raid gig at some derelict old-school building that's seen better days. The air's crisp with that autumn bite, and as he rounds the corner, he spots an old salt of a hunter, let's call him Uncle Kim, sidled up to a street cart, nursing a steaming cup of coffee like it's the elixir of life itself. The vendor's barking orders, steam rising in lazy curls, when out of the blue, a gravelly voice cuts through the din from across the street. Hey, Kim. Long time, you old dog. Uncle Kim freezes mid-sip, his weathered face cracking into a grin wider than the Han River. It's an old raid buddy, some grizzled vet named Park, striding over with that easy swagger of guys who stared down death and flipped at the bird. They collide in a bear hug that's equal parts backslaps and grunts, the kind of reunion that screams we made it out alive, again. Kim pulls back, eyes twinkling with mischief. Hold up, Park, what the hell are you doing back in the trenches? Thought you hung up your cleats after that last kid dropped. Family man life treating you rough? Park rubs the back of his neck, chuckling low. Spot on, buddy. Number 2 just hit the scene, diapers ain't cheap, and neither's the mortgage. No two ways about it, gotta dive back in, raid hard, stack that cash before the wife starts eyeing the couch for my replacement. Kim nods, sympathetic but with that hunter's edge. Rough break. But hey, you're rusty, been out too long, and the game's evolved. You'll be eating dust if you don't shake the cobwebs. Park's face clouds just a touch, that old doubt creeping in as he mutters under his breath about falling behind, the words hanging heavy like smoke. He's mid-lament when, wham, Jin-Woo materializes on the scene. Some fresh-faced hunter in the crew spots him and claps a meaty paw on his shoulder, booming, "Damn, it's brisk out here, ain't it? Keep your head on a swivel, kid, cold like this sneaks up and bites." Jin-Woo rolls with it, flashing a quick, easy smile that's all charm and no ego, then pivots smoothly to greet the elders. "Morning, Uncle Kim." "Uncle Park, good to see you geared up." Park's eyebrows shoot up, curiosity piqued as he sizes up the newcomer. "Kim, spill, who's this sharp-looking punk? Some Rising Star Guild scout?" Kim lets out a bark of laughter that's pure gravel. "Rising Star? Ha! That's Sung Jin-Woo, all right. But nah, you missed the circus, he jumped in right on your heels after you bailed for diaper duty. Nickname's world's weakest hunter. Straight facts." Park's jaw hits the sidewalk. Weakest in the world? Wait, hold the phone, ain't S-ranks the ones they crown strongest? Kim shakes his head, deadpan, flip side of the coin, my friend. S-ranks rule the roost, sure. But this kid. He's the cautionary tale. E-rank poster boy, gets lit up like a piñata in basic E dungeons. Hell, even this D-rank we're hitting might chew him up and spit out the bones. Park's looping it like a scratched vinyl. Weakest. No shot. You're pulling my leg. He prods 2-3 times, but Kim's rock solid, not budging an inch. Means our dungeon's gonna be a snooze fest, then, weak sauce all around. He leans in, voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. Pipe down, though, kid's got ears like a bat. Don't want him catching wind. Jin-Woo. He's already clocked every syllable, the words landing like dull punches to the gut. He's numb to it by now, that familiar sting of being the punchline, but it still leaves a bitter aftertaste. Shaking it off, he shuffles to the cart for his ritual caffeine hit, only for the barista to drop the bomb. "Sorry, Chief, we're bone dry on Joe. Last drop went out 5 minutes ago." Jin-Woo tilts his head skyward, staring at the overcast clouds like they're personally conspiring against him. Figures. Even the damn coffee's got it out for me today. The barista stammers apologies, all flustered sympathy, as Jin-Woo turns on his heel and ghosts away, shoulders slumped just a hair. That's when it hits, a soft, concerned voice slicing through the bustle from a few paces off. "Jin-Woo? You look like hell warmed over. Another rough one?" He glances up, and there she is, the team's resident healer, a sharp-eyed girl with a heart of gold and hands that weave miracles from thin air. Let's call her Do High for the vibe. She's got that quiet fire, always the one patching souls as much as wounds. Jin-Woo musters a half grin. "Oh, hey, Do High. You pulling duty on this raid too? Small world." Her expression tightens, worry-etching lines that don't belong on someone so young. "Of course I am, but that's not what I'm talking about. What's with the fresh scar on your cheek? That looks nasty, did it just happen?" He waves it off with that trademark nonchalance, like it's just another Tuesday. "Beats me. Picked it up on a hunt, nothing major." "Ha, story of my life." She crosses her arms, not letting it slide. "Really? Come on, level with me. What went down? You at least swing by the ER, or are you playing tough guy again?" Jin-Woo exhales slow, the weight settling in. "Already did the whole 9 yards. We were in an E-rank dive, basic stuff. And guess who the only one nursing wounds was? Yours truly." Her eyes bulge. "Wait, what? How in the world does that even happen?" He shrugs, voice flat as pavement, crews all higher ranks, no room for extra baggage like a healer. They figured they'd handle it solo. Even then, she fires back, heat rising, they really ghosted back up just to keep things smooth for themselves? That's cold-blooded. Jinwoo's tone stays even, almost resigned, it's whatever. Blame game gets old when you're the designated weak link. I'm used to riding solo by now. She knows the score, everyone does, but it doesn't make it sting less. She falls quiet, a shadow crossing her face, words dying unspoken. Jin-Woo pushes to his feet, scanning the gathering crowd. Anyway, looks like the squad's locked and loaded. No sense dragging feet, let's move out. Fast forward to the gate itself, that yawning maw of swirling energy crackling like bottled lightning, the threshold between safe streets and monster chow. A long-haired vet steps forward, his presence commanding without shouting it. It's Song Chi-yul, the raid captain with scars that tell stories bloodier than any book. He clears his throat, voice steady but laced with humility. All right, listen up. We're gearing for the hunt. I get it, I'm no guild hotshot, barely scraping by on creds, but I want to take point on this raid. Call the shots, keep us breathing. Everyone square with that? The crew erupts in cheers, no hesitation. Hell yeah, Captain. You're the top dog here, highest rank by a mile. We got zero issues. About time we clocked your moves up close. Lead the charge, we're right behind. Jin-Woo chimes in with a respectful nod. Please look out for us greenhorns, Uncle Song. Song flashes a quick, shaky thumbs up, nerves flickering under the bravado, before the whole pack surges forward, adrenaline pumping like jet fuel. They vanish into the vortex, swallowed whole by the dungeon's greedy jaws. Back topside, two gate attendants lean against the chain link, eyes tracking the fading ripples. The younger one breaks the silence. Earth to you, what's got you spaced? The vet sighs, gaze lingering, just. Sung Jin-Woo, man. Felt like a dick when we couldn't hook him up with that coffee. Kid's got enough crap on his plate. His partner snorts, lighting a smoke. That E rank runt. This gig's a straight D rank, should be nap time for him. The first guy's face darkens, unease coiling. D rank, sure. But in all my shifts here? Never once seen that poor bastard stroll out without fresh bandages. Not a single clean run. Deeper in, amid the dungeon's fetid guts, Do-Hi's knelt over Jin-Woo, her hands glowing with that soft, restorative light as she mends his latest war trophy, a jagged gash that's already knitting under her touch. She glances up, voice soft but probing. Jin-Woo, level with me. Why the hell do you keep throwing yourself into this meat grinder? Raids like these. They're just begging for more problems, more scars. You could walk away clean. He winces, not from the pain, but the question, sorry if it's a drag. She shakes her head quick, cutting him off. Whoa, pump the brakes, I'm not gunning for an apology. This is me straight up worried, okay? For you. Out in the fray, the team's locked in a savage ballet with the dungeon's welcoming committee, goblins shrieking as blades bite deep, ichor spraying in arcs that paint the walls like abstract art. Do-Hi steals a peek, tension easing a fraction, least this scrap's winding down. Almost in the clear. The captain's voice booms over the din. Clear zone, monsters down. Uncle Kim sidles up to Park, ribbing him with a grin. Still kicking, you fossil? Thought the goblins had your number. Park dusts off his gear, laughing it off. Piece of cake, brother. Easier than stealing candy from a tank. Do-Hi, back at it with the bandages. Can't shake the itch. Come on, spill. There's some ironclad reason you won't hang up the hunter hat? Something that keeps you chained to this madness? Jin-Woo dodges like a pro, tossing out a deflection wrapped in humor. What, this gig? It's my thrill ride, pure popcorn entertainment. Without the monster mash, I'd keel over from sheer boredom, flatline on the couch. Deep down, though, his mind's a storm, the real truth. Mom's endless bills, the way her eyes dim a little more each visit? Yeah, that's a vulnerability I ain't unpacking, not to her, not to anyone. Too raw, too small-town pathetic. Do-Hi arches a brow, half smirking. Entertainment, huh? The kind that's RSVP'd you to the afterlife twice already? Wipe that grin, your wounds'll split wide if you keep yucking it up. Loot division kicks off under the captain's watchful eye, essence stones clinking like dirty money as they're parceled out. Jin-Woo's E-rank tags him low man on the totem, no crediting him for C-rank takedowns, so he's tossed a lonely stone, dull and unremarkable as a river pebble. He cradles it in his palm, the weight of it mocking him, all that agony, the broken bones, the screams echoing in my skull, and this? I wagered my goddamn life on a rock this pathetic? It's laughable, a cruel joke on the house always wins. Then, like a sucker punch from the shadows, one of the scouts pipes up, "Whoa, side passage here, tucked away. Uncharted." The squad converges on the jagged mouth, flashlights cutting swaths through the gloom. Captain Song summons a roaring fireball, hurling it in like a flare to scout the abyss. It illuminates horrors unspoken, and he reels back, face grim, heads up, "Everyone, this gate's wired to stay cracked until the boss bites the dust." Protocol screams radio command, "Hold for orders," but if some rival crew sniffs this out first, our cut shrinks to zilch. So, straight talk, we push deeper, bag the prize, or bail now? Vote it out, no bitching after. The hotheads rally, Kim and Park throw their weight in the yes pile, fists pumping with that gambler's gleam, a handful more piling on for the glory chase. Do high and the level heads counter hard, votes stacking no like sandbags against a flood. It's a razor wire tie, 8 ayes, 8 nays. All eyes swivel to the tiebreaker, Sung Jin-Woo, the wild card in the deck. His mind races, little bro's college apps looming like storm clouds, mom's frail hand in his during those endless bedside vigils. No room for what-ifs. Count me in, we finish this. They plunge onward, boots crunching over debris for a solid 40 minutes, the air thickening like syrup. Clocks ticking, gate seals an hour after boss down. We've burned half, 20 to extract, tops. Jinwoo falls in step beside Do Hai, guilt gnawing, my bad for strong-arming the vote. Dragged the whole crew into the fire. She shoots him a sidelong glare, for what, exactly? Save your pity, I'm solid. Focus on not bleeding out. You positive? No bullshit. Her facade cracks, fire spilling, hell no, I'm not okay. I'm boiling, furious doesn't cover it. One wrong move, and you're ventilated, chest cavity, limbs shredded, the works. And me. I'd burn through my mana just to keep your sorry ass from flatlining. What the actual fuck convinced you to greenlight this suicide pact? Head trauma. Temporary insanity? He deflates with a heavy sigh, turmoil churning inside, another clutch save on her tab. How many lives do I owe this girl? Feels like a debt I'll never square. Sorry doesn't cut it, I know. She deflates too, the anger ebbing into something softer, that you're big closer. Alright, then, how about you square it with a decent meal on me? Call it hazard pay. Jinwoo's cheeks flame, tongue-tied, wait, what? No, yeah, absolutely, I'd love that. Totally down. Their banter's cut short by a urgent hiss from the front, contact, boss chamber, dead ahead. The squad grinds to a halt, jaws slack at the entrance, a colossal door etched with runes that twist like living veins, architecture straight out of a fever dream. Holy shit, never clocked a setup like this in any dive. Feels off. Alien. Uncle Kim mutters, hand twitching toward his hilt, this the kill zone? The real meat? Captain Song's jaw sets, what, slink out with empty pockets after trekking this far? We're pioneers, first blood on a hidden double dungeon. Jackpot's calling. Anyone tapping out? Cool, I'll solo the bastard if that's the play. The scout jumps in, voice steady, Song's toolkit is god tier, attack style's a whirlwind, pure vet savagery. Man's pushing 60, or he'd be guild royalty, headlining the big leagues. We rolled in trusting your lead, we'll ride it to the grave. The door groans open on rusted hinges, revealing not a cavern, but a forsaken temple, pillars soaring into shadow, braziers igniting one by one in a chain of hellish glow. Whispers ripple, a dungeon dressed as a cathedral? These statues. Armed to the teeth, some tooting instruments? Gives me the chills, watched, you know? Quit spooking the rookies. Look sharp, that central behemoth. Boss throne, right? Nah, carved stone, dead as doornails. Zero monster vibe. Jinwoo lingers by the monolith, unease prickling, dominates the room. Biggest by leagues. But nothing stirs. Not a twitch. Spotlight shifts, a rune-sealed slab, ancient tombstone vibes, scripted and forgotten glyphs. Captain Song leans in, deciphering slow, commandments etched here, 3 big ones. First, worship the Lord. Second, praise the Lord. Third, prove your faith. Do-Hai's fingers dig into Jinwoo's arm, voice a whisper, that massive statue, its eyes shifted. Tracking us. Dead certain. Jinwoo swallows, you positive? Optical trick? The hush deepens, frost creeping into the air like an uninvited guest. Song presses on, defy these edicts, and daylight's a pipe dream, eternal dark for the faithless. Crash, the door seals with a thunderclap that rattles bones. Pandemonium, what the, trapped? Plan. A burly tank type lumbers forward, scoffing, all this end times crap? Bullshit mind games. I'm ghosting. His meaty hand clamps the handle. Songs roar, belay that, don't lay a finger. Fate laughs last. The flanking statue animates with a grind like grinding teeth, slash, one fluid arcade, and the guys bisected, crimson fountain painting the faithful in horror. Gut steam on cold stone, screams pierce the vault. Park's voice cracks, it moved. Statues alive. We brawling rock monsters now? Jinwoo's blood runs glacial, if that's the gospel. The thing's eyes ignite, malevolent gleam. That lug was solid mid-tier, leagues above my E-rank ass. And poof. One swipe. This double ain't D-rank. S-tier nightmares in a kiddie pool? Unheard of. Song's mind reels, if the whole gallery wakes. Pray the big boy's a statue too. Jinwoo's thoughts spiral to his origin story, that maiden voyage gone sideways, ditched by the squad, labyrinth lost, E-rank ambush leaving him ventilated for weeks. Trapped, starving, inches from the Reaper's scythe. Even then, low-tier trash heaps. He poured his essence into this path, no magic stones for gear upgrades, no artifact halls for the elite. Just a junker sword prone to shattering mid-clash, and if a healer's in tow? Light fixes only. The jeers. Background noise on grind days. This razor's edge. My chosen gamble, win big or dust. Reality snaps back, Jinwoo's bellow cuts the chaos, down. Prone, now. Flat out. A searing beam erupts from the Colossus's sockets, death ray carving through the bolters, vaporizing flesh in acrid bursts. The obedient. Untouched, breaths ragged in the aftershock. Kim to Park, status, brother? Park wheezes, breathing. Sung saved our hides, threaded that needle by a whisper. Do-Hai crumples, terror overload blacking her out. Song commands, hold formation. Upright means target practice, its motion triggered. To Jinwoo, Do-Hai's green for the deep end, B-rank healer gold, but normie raids only. This? Anomaly central. Only the still survive. You sniffed the trap, precog hunch? Just. Felt the kill intent. Gut check. Song's cradling a stump where his arm used to be, blood sheeting, I'll manage. Pressure it, someone. Vet through and through, but D-rank sealing his whole career. He locks eyes, kid, rankum, A. S threat? The slabs their Rosetta, commandments gospel. Jin-Woo, the Lord? Gotta be the Titan. Worships the opener. They trace its bulk. Cull the gallery. Marathon slaughter. Jin-Woo clocks the hemorrhage, you holding? Thought quick wrap, 3 healers max. 1 pulse, and we're ash. Be talent like Do-Hai? Virgin territory. Static hold till the heat dips, then sprint. Dicey as hell. A hothead fractures, fuck this grave. Top guild fresh ink, ain't expiring in Rock Church. He vaults up, berserk sprint to the portal, fists hammering for breach. Song, stand down, fool. No dice. Ray recock, blitz. He's cosmic dust before the echo fades. Eyes avert, no stomach for the spectacle. Jinwoo's fist craters stone, son of A, they cull at whim, like swatting gnats. Song grim, child's play for 'em. Jin-Woo probes, total wipes on tap, why the tease? Not feral hordes. Door sentries dice intruders. Titan zaps the mobile. Protocol killers, rule-bound. Rooms the catechism incarnate. First dictate, worship the Lord. Song recites, worship. Jin-Woo rises deliberate, Titan coils, deathglow priming. Barbecue special. He drops to knees, crown to floor in supplication. Silence, no annihilation. Word for word, prostrate. Squad, genuflect. Honor the idol, full bow. Kim box, Sung's cracked, delirium. Park echoes, the hell's he preaching? Song steal, you pieced it. Affirm. Belt high. Obliteration. Grovel deep equals divine nod. Literal kneel before the Lord. Execute. Song ways, nods, no alternatives. The remnants prostrate, brows kissing filth. Kim's psyche fractures, grovel for breath? Will this farce spring us, or just prolong the kneel fest? The idol powers down, assault cycle broken. Pin drop quiet smothers them, then, a fissure, the statue's maw curls in a rictus grin, jagged and promising oblivion. Parks whisper, smiling. Sentience. How many more harvests? Endurance test, how long till we snap? Park tests fate, uncoiling to vertical. Nada. Boom, harmless. Green light. The bold follow, upright, unscathed. No way, curtains? We crack the code. Jinwoo's instincts scream, premature. Quake rends the sanctum, Titan uncoils from throne, seismic footfalls pulverizing tile, limbs like ancient oaks splintering earth. Kim's yelp, still hungry. We dancing with the devil now? Song whirls, sung, contingency. Talk. Stutter, I. Shit, drawing blanks. Crew fractures, lost. Directives, now. Titan closes, apocalypse stride. Hysteria peaks. Jinwoo's epiphany, hold, blueprints the tenets. Worship checked, praise pending. Puzzles there, crack praise. Stares blank as fresh snow. Praise how. Chant. Choir ex-churchgoer, cathedral crew here, hymns on lock. He belts a solemn psalm, voice soaring. Off-key, devotional dirge, not exaltation. Titan's tread halts, then descends, splat, choir boys reduced to paste, viscera blooming. Hysteria detonates, scattering like roaches, Titan in pursuit, gallery stirring to the hunt. Humanity as vermin, stamped under monoliths. Carnage ballet, leader and Jin-Woo diverge, odds better scattered. Park's flight path veers domestic, wife's laugh, toddler's chaos, fresh fatherhood, can't cash out in this crypt. He wedges behind a dormant effigy. Kim's bellow, Park, flank shadow. Pivot too slow, arm statue rouses, blade singing, cleave. Park's torso cartwheels independent, legacy severed. Jinwoo's noggin churns on praise the Lord, exalt a fiend? Sacrilege blueprint. Pattern clicks, blade wielder's aggro proximity. Bard statues. Passive, melodic wards. Hail Mary, regroup, flank the instrument idols. Sanctuary. Song essays, a lyre effigy trills, no reprisal. Cascade, flutes warble, harps weep, serenade dulls the dread, a fragile reprieve. Jinwoo and rousing do high claim a drum bastion, no rhythm. Titan looms larger, eclipse inevitable. Existence filament thin. Do high spots his mangled leg, phantom limb agony, freeze, cauterizing. Mana flares, staunching crimson, but backlash hits, nose gush, essence depleted. Thanks for watching. See you next time.